Yo, what's up guys, welcome to the Warcraft replay here. Take 2 or 3. It's a tournament game. Because it's a tournament game, there were some things that I kind of forgot, I guess. First of all, it is the... Actually, I think the only reason why I had to retake again was the colors. So yeah, instead of the normal blue and red, we have Romantic splitting in as the red human player in the top left, and his opponent is going to be LawLiet, the light green Night Elf in the bottom right. This might be one of the extra colors added, because I'm pretty sure in like 1v1s particularly, I think the colors were limited to 8, and yeah, this was one of the colors that wasn't available unless you went up to 16, I think. But either way, almost thematic. Obviously the vibrant green would make a lot more sense, but oh well. The game is Game 1 from the Warcraft Gold League's September qualifiers, and has a really weird format. It's like double groups, double elimination, and the playoffs is the best of 4. So a mouthful right there, and it's kind of weird, but we'll just treat it as a normal ladder game, because otherwise I would have to cast the remainder of the series. I mean, I don't mind, but yeah, I imagine it would be a lot more of the same, so just pick this one out. LawLiet going for the Warden first, which is one of the reasons why I chose this particular game. It's been a while since I've seen a Warden on the channel, and yeah, judging from LawLiet's tournament run in this particular qualifiers, he's been favoring the Warden quite a bit, in fact, and yeah, eager to see how this turns out. We are going to have the Mountain King coming out for Romantic, probably just to match the Warden. I'm pretty sure he has been doing his research in the playstyle of LawLiet, at least in this particular game, in this particular tournament, so yeah, there is that. Merc camp from both sides are going to be cleared out. Level 2 will be attained for both heroes. Which one would be scarier, a level 2 Mountain King or a level 2 Warden? I would probably give it over to the Mountain King, since just the added effect of crowd control for the Stormbolt is kind of a big deal. Sure, Shadow Strike has deals a lot more damage, but yeah, the stun can very much lead into a lot more opportunities than just the standard DPS. Warden with Cloak of Shadows, which is obviously not relevant at all since she has her own Shadow Meld ability. Second row camp is going to get started here by the Mountain King, but here pops out the Warden, who does show herself casting Fan of Knives, which is not what I was expecting, but I guess that is going to be the ability chosen over the Shadow Strike, I think. Clearly we haven't seen the second ability just yet. She might even have both damaging skills available. It's just it would take a lot of mana. Double healers here for Romantic. LawLiet, on the other hand, I believe is just rushing to tier 2, and
the player's forces are under attack.
Hunter Soul has been placed down. It either is indicating double Ancient of Lores, which is most likely the pathway to go, or he's going for an extremely late transition into Huntresses, which is never not the possibility since we do have the Warden out. Stormbolt is going to prevent the Warden from going for additional creep jacks here. Maybe a Fan Rise will be tossed, but I don't really see the point of doing so. Blink is just going to be utilized to go over the wall. And yeah, just picking the scraps here, it seems, for the lowly Warden. +6 claws, greater healing potion. Not bad items, to be honest, but she is getting a little bit behind in terms of experience. Mannequin is going to pick up a close attack for himself as well. He's also sitting on +3 agility, +3 armor, and the pair up to vitality. He also has the invuln if he needs it, which is always nice to have. It seems like almost all the items get sold, including the pair up to vitality, which is not something I was expecting. Obviously, a lot more health is a welcome resource, I guess, but seems like it's not going to be the case for the Mountain King. Is going to pick up boots as well as the TP staff instead. The staff is interesting. We might even have some base harassment here. Warden popping out at the expansion with Fan of Knives. I believe that is level 2 Fan of Knives, and she will be able to sustain herself with the Scourge Bone Chimes here. Another Fan of Knives is going to finish the job on most of those peasants, blinking out after just expending all of her mana. Almost took down this foeman, which we'll probably have to just do it at the next run here. But already showing the effectiveness of the Warden at level 3. Ideally, level 3 is the timing you would want to harass with, since level 2 Phantom Knives is definitely not something to scoff at, especially against those peasants who basically get two-shotted. But with the Arcane Tower out the window, to harass gets shortened, because unless the Warden is running with a mana pot, she is just going to get mana burned quite a bit. I do apologize about the overlays not actually doing anything. I actually have no idea why that is the case. Even if I go into the player perspectives themselves, this just doesn't do anything. So I have to actually do it the old-fashioned way and click on their farms. So 35 for LawLiet, 39 for Romantic, but of course Romantic does have the second expansion, so a lot more supply is invested into these peasants, but at the same time it also allows him to go into higher upkeep, since he can basically afford to do so. Level 4 on the Mountain King, I believe, and is getting his way to Scary Town very, very soon. It seems like Book of the Dead was also utilized to just do a little bit of farming. Phantom Knives once again going to be used by the Warden to just pick up the scraps. She is also level 4, so like I said before about how she was falling a little bit behind, not anymore. She is a little bit ahead, and will be even more ahead after this gold mine gets cleared out. Panda coming out as the second hero here, so it's a very pre 1.29 I think hero comp here. Sentry Ward is going to be placed down, is going to spot the blacksmith being completed very soon. Tier 2 is about to be completed as well, so it's only a matter of time before Romantic shows his hand. It could just be rifle casters, it's pretty standard, or it could be a rush into tier 3 maybe, I don't know. I really can't see that actually happening. Invuln potion onto the Warden to prevent herself from being feedbacked from the Arcane Tower. And after the second fan, she is just going to blink out of dodge, I believe. Nope, she is sticking a bit behind, as it seems like the Mountain King has something to answer for with this expansion attempt here. Obviously the Tree of Life has already been pre-built. Oh, that was a really bad Zeppelin there from Romantic, and his units are going to be dazed for a long time. It seems like both sides suffered quite a bit of losses here. Most of the archers have been taken out and the Dryads remain. Meanwhile, most of the footmen and the mercenaries have actually been wiped out as well. You can see they're still suffering from their dizziness. I have no idea why they actually got onto that Zeppelin when it was about 50 health. That was a very curious blink from LawLiet there, as he could have definitely just used it to go for another fan. Another blink is going to be used instead, as seems like the Stormbolt was just long enough. That is going to be the last Stormbolt, however, as he is basically out of mana, and the one is just going to get get to another blinking. I'm trying to remember what level 2 blink actually gives. Is it the cheap mana cost, or is it the quick cooldown? Judging by how she kept blinking despite being about 50 mana, I think it is the low mana cost and just the, I think, 10-second cooldown, something of that sort. But either way, Panda farming it out. Seems like the Warden is going to join him, but he does hit that crucial level 3, which indicates that he has access to level 2 Breath of Fire. Surprisingly enough, the Warden actually cancelled her TP. Interesting. I actually have no idea you could cancel TPs, but there is that. So far, it's looking to be a lot of mass Dryads. They are very cheeky from Romantic, dropping that Berserker to just wipe out the 10 HP Dryad, and the Zeppelin is going to live to see another day, maybe? Are we going to have a drop, or are we going to go straight for the main base, which looks pretty difficult to crack. Ancient Wind is being produced while we are having double Ancient of Lores. Ooh, Mass Mountain Giants, which is definitely, honestly, to me, Mass Mountain Giants have sort of become Mass Siege Engines, which it's not exactly a one-to-one comparison, but like, honestly, I really don't see how else to view it. Mountain Giants have just become such a plague, honestly, for Night Elves. They've become very, very effective, despite having the food supply nerf. They just do so much. Honestly, I have no idea what caused this sudden favoritism towards these guys, but it seems like we are still going to add a couple of bears for LawLiet, so we are still going to have a bit more diversity rather than mass Dryads, mass Mountain Giants. But saying this, I am very, very curious to see how it's going to be combated for a Romantic, who is going Rifle Casters here, so the original diverse army comp. Humans have been mixing a lot more than 2 unit types for a while now, so yeah, we'll see how this turns out, as the Archmage is going to pop out for the second hero here for Romantic, which I guess to act as more of a team player for the other casters around. Obviously, Blood Mage is a lot more selfish for the Mana King. But oh well, it is just going to be the Archmage. Mountain King level 5, Warden level 4.5. Clearly the focus on the Panda is starting to show the differences between these two first heroes here. We are going to have the anti-magic potion being used to mitigate the feedback damage of the Arcane Tower. But I don't really think it matters too much, because Romantic split his peasants quite effectively, so the Phantom Knights didn't really do all too much, but I was speaking a little too early, it seems, as the peasants just went right back to the gold mine, unaware that the Warden actually shadow melded rather than blinked, so a little bit of an oopsie there from Romantic, but oh well, what can you do? Surprisingly enough, we are at 80 supply, which I am shocked to see. 72 versus 80, clear advantage for the Night Elf player, and of course this is in his own half of the map, so he can obviously have reinforcements a lot quicker. Fairy Dragons are being placed to mana flare it up, but all it's going to do is force Romantic to reposition. Towers are being built here as a Thunderclap is going to be utilized to try and slow the front line here. You can see the bears really slow when under the effects of that Thunderclap. Yet again, another Thunderclap is going to come down as the Mana King is dropped to about half health, is going to wipe out a bear for himself, might even take a second one with him as well, as Here comes the Warden once again with a Fan of Knives. Not going to do too much damage, unfortunately. It seems she really needs that level 3 Fan of Knives if she wants to do noticeable damage. Level 3 is going to be attained as the Mountain Giants spamming that taunt, but yeah, by spamming that taunt, they are just going to eat the brute force of that damage, being brought down to about half or 60% on both of those giants as well. Another Fan of Knives is just going to be tossed before being preserved back home. Wand of the Wind for the Panda is going to try and crowd control that Mountain King as best as he can. I'm pretty sure he probably should focus on killing that Mountain King rather than crowd controlling him, but oh well. Opportunity kind of missed, as the Mountain King's just going to TP back and I guess heal up. Yeah, he does have a health pot for that as well. Here we go with a fight here. Mountain King is still on his way, so this is not exactly a fight that Romantic would like to pick. Blizzard is going to try its best to deal the damage onto those bears. Hippogriffs going right after these Zeppelins there, it seems like. Oh, Romantic finally remembers that he has his own flying machines. More Phantom Knives are being tossed around, but a Stormbolt to the face on the Warden here is going to force the Preserve back to base. As the Mountain King with Health Pot and Health Potion available, or Health Potion and Mana Potion available, I mean, and yeah, is pretty much doing the heavy lifting here. Thunderclap once again going to affect those Mountain Giants. Obviously with resistant skin, it's not going to do full damage, but yeah, level 3 Stormbolt, nothing to scoff at, is going to finish off one of these 3 Mountain Giants there, so huge loss for LawLiet, which is really surprising to see. He is the one that chose to fight that, but yeah, with the constant spamming of the Thunderclaps and Blizzards, the damage, I guess, was just a little too much to bear. Level 3 Archmage, so I'm assuming it is a level 2 Blizzard, as yeah, Brilliant Sword is only a level 1. Flight Machines trying to keep his opponent honest. No expansion, no additional expansions whatsoever.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, once again, Warden is going to try her best to get that level 6 as quickly as possible. Stormbolt does follow, but it did get cancelled with the blink, which is really odd. You would expect the Stormbolt animation to just fizzle out, but nope, it actually goes all the way and doesn't actually do anything. Warden, it's probably not the best time to blink in, as peasant count actually hasn't really been re-established. Should probably go for this this gold mine, which is, I mean, it hasn't been harassed all game. It's a perfect opportunity, but instead, the Warden is, I guess, trying to bait out a Stormbolt, I think. Not entirely sure, but yeah, 79 versus 75. Let's see how this turns out, as
forces are under attack.
once again more towers are being built. Flying machines without their was it flak bombs? No, I forgot what the land attack upgrades are called, but without that upgrade, they really don't serve all that much purpose. They can obviously go after the fairy dragons, but fairy dragons do have the phase out ability, so they can at least mitigate some DPS from that. Either way, this looks like a really scary human army. Meanwhile, LawLiet, despite having the superior food,
Town is under siege.
most of it is consolidated with those giants and bears. So yeah, after a couple of thunderclaps, I imagine they are not going to last that long. And with the mortar teams, they are going to be able to effectively deal with these dryads here. TP staff coming in for the Mountain King. He is going to join the fray, but I guess he's trying to get into position for a thunderclap. This one looks like a pretty good one, I think. There we go. Warden needs to be careful here. She is below half HP and without any form of escape aside from the preservation staff of the panda. Yikes, that thunderclap into a stormbolt is going to completely wipe out one of those 3 bears there. Oh, this is not looking good for the Night Elf player. 74 versus 80, still about 8 supply difference here, but yeah, it's just the type of units I think is making all the more difference. +2, +0 on the mortar teams, +1, +1 on the spellbreakers. Dryads are +2, +2 with those bears and giants, but yeah, I don't know. I think the thunderclap is just way too much to deal with. Invisible Mountain King into the Stormbolt onto the Warden there, but that is all that it's going to be a match. Another Phantom Knives trying its best, but we just need a second one to finish the deal. I don't think that's going to happen. Bears are chasing away the Spellbreakers slowly but surely, but they are just one hit from dead basically. Warden is going to drop at level 5 after being Stormbolted into a Mortar team, as the Panda does hit level 5, but I don't think that's going to be enough for himself. I really think he needs access to that Storm, Earth, and Fire. Warden not being revived through the altar. LawLiet does have enough resources to start reviving, but yeah, he is holding on to that for now. Oh, he's just going to revive through the tavern.
The town is under siege.
So those Moonwells are going to have to work overtime, it seems. Wellspring is upgraded, but it just turned into nighttime, so yeah, it's gonna be a while for them to replenish the mana pools. Nice Thunderbolt, Thunderstorm, yikes, Thunderclap, I mean, to wipe out those wisps, and yeah, Mountain King with access to level 6 into Avatar form is that's pretty scary.
A player's forces are under attack.
He's been at like orange to red health for the majority of the second half of the game, so even with access to Avatar, I'm pretty sure it's basically impossible to kill this guy now.
The town is under siege.
Yeah, it's just it's a struggle, no doubt. Cannon Tower is going to get wiped out here. Not before obviously doing a lot of damage to these giants, it seems. Yeah, no more gold for LawLiet, which is a bit of a struggle. I think he is reallocating his Tree of Eternity. I'm pretty sure Nature's Blessing is upgraded, so it is a lot faster than what it looks like, I guess. An old man, basically what it looks like. Romantic still has this gold mine available, I guess, so he has that going for it. Flying Machine, just doing some scouting, I guess. This the corner gold mines, I'm not sure if these are going to be utilized anytime soon, or if the game's just going to be ended in the next team fight. Warden, she desperately needs that level 6. Honestly, I really don't know why he's just not going after these peasants over here. With access to at least level 2 Blink, it should
A player's forces
be fairly
are under
easy
attack.
to kill a couple of peasants. All he needs is 3. He needs 3 peasants, and he has access to Avatar. But not Avatar. What is it? Oh wow, no, it is Avatar. Avatar Vengeance. Wow. I am tripping, honestly. Yeah, I am tripping, because we have the Mountain King who has Avatar as his ultimate ability, and the Warden with Avatar Vengeance. Oh, he is going to choose to harass this expansion, it seems. Does kill 1 peasant, but he needs a second Phantom Knives. Is he going to stick around for it? And it seems like he will be able to. Level 6 on the Warden, but at what cost? A crap ton of health and mana expended. Those Moonwells are going to get wiped out, it seems. But hopefully it's going to be worth it, because she now has access to the Avatar Vengeance. Now the only problem is, obviously, she needs corpses to make those spirits, but I'm pretty sure Romantic is not going to give away free corpses to his opponent, and LawLiet is definitely not going to be killing his own units to make those corpses either. This is kind of the sadness about having a Night Elf with Wisps, not actually leaving corpses behind, because they just dissipate, and you can't benefit off of those guys. Warden does harass the main base, it seems, finally, for once. Been waiting on that, but yeah, now she is a bit caught, it seems. Stormbolt, point blank Stormbolt, very hard to time blinks against, and uh-oh, Water Team was at a pretty good position to catch this, and Rifleman obviously, oh god, Anti-Magic Potion is just not going to deflect bullets, it seems, and the level 6 Warden dies yet again. So, is he really going to expend resources to revive the Warden? That is such a huge investment, and 62 versus 73. If LawLiet really couldn't finish the deal with a supply advantage, there's no way in hell he is going to finish this game off at a supply deficit. Lots of Dryads, not that many Bears or Mountain Giants, which is really sad to see, because on the other hand, Romantic has a crap ton of spell breakers to act as the front line. Stormbolt to the Panda's face there, but yeah, Romantic once again just going to be repositioning himself. Obviously, Spellbreakers, not exactly immortal. They will take a lot of damage from the Bears and Giants, as well as the slow poison of the Dryads there. Avatar Vengeance has finally spawned, but she is hoping to get close to a corpse anytime soon. Otherwise, she can just get attacked herself. And she is getting abandoned here. I wouldn't even be surprised to see the Mountain King tossing a Stormbolt at her face, but it seems like it is not going to be the case. Mortar Team's just going to make quick work out of this Tree of Eternity here. Wow, I'm amazed at how many different type of units Romantic has. He has 6 Mortar Teams and a huge amount of Spellbreakers on the field, so this kind of army comp, I'm pretty sure, should be able to deal with whatever LawLiet has to offer, but Romantic is still ever cautious. He is trying to get into a lot better position than he has right now, but he is still continuing to retreat a little bit. Blink Phantom Knives trying to be utilized here for the Warden, but is it going to be enough? She needs like 2 more Phantom Knives to try and finish these Mortar Teams off. Breath of Fire trying to make the finishing blow here, but Romantic still being pushed back, and then another Phantom Knives, I believe, is going to wipe out basically all the Mortar Teams, and surprisingly enough, it is Romantic that GG's. Huh. I guess that's why Romantic kept on retreating, but retreating versus a level 6 Warden who has access to Blink it seems pretty folly to me, and yeah, just to my surprise, LawLiet is just gonna take this. Clearly, Avatar really didn't do too much. It was just the constant Blink Phantom Knives from the Warden. Really do think Romantic should have focus fired on the Warden again. I am super shocked that LawLiet was able to win this, despite losing his Warden for basically free, twice even. But, oh well, hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was fairly lengthy, and yeah, Warden doing a lot of work in the late game. I'll see you guys again next time.